There's a reason why this NFL player decides to take his off seasons and go back to his alma mater just to teach a course on financial literacy. The lack in access to information has caused the racial wealth gap over centuries. It's time that we finally put an emphasis on financial education in our schools throughout the country, but specifically in Black and brown communities.
And that was New England Patriots linebacker Brandon Copeland in celebration of Black History Month. We asked some of our CNBC contributors to share the money lessons they've learned growing up, how they are working to close the racial wealth gap, and their advice to empower the next generation of Black Americans. Brandon joins us once again. Welcome back. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here to talk about this topic.
Always a pleasure to see you, Scott.
Yeah, pleasure's mine. What is your advice, first and foremost, to the next generation?
Yeah, I think, obviously there's a lot of things going on. And I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that when you're talking about investing, when you talk about growing wealth, it's a time thing, right? Patience is key. And so, there's a lot of get rich quick schemes out there. There are a lot of ways to make money fast. But in the long run, we want to find the ways to create sustainable investment opportunities so that, again, we're building wealth for the long run, not only ourselves, but also our families and generations to come. So patience.
Yeah, you and me, we've talked so often about these sorts of topics, and it always comes down to access, and maybe better said, the lack thereof. And you lay that out very well in your opening soundbite to get into this segment. In this case, we're talking about access to information and access, most importantly, to education. Yeah. I think that, one of the reasons why I take the time to do this is because I realized that by being in the NFL, I received a bunch of different financial advice and financial tips. And I was like, well, what was the difference between me a year ago? Like, was I not worthy of some of this knowledge and understanding that knowledge is power. So, I've started Life 101, started doing that at Penn for the past few years, now doing it for everybody, access for everyone and anyone. So www.life101.io. I encourage everyone to go and sign up and come have live virtual classes with me. But ultimately, like you said, Scott, it's about access to information and education so that people have a chance. Right, you don't have a chance to build wealth. We're not even talking about wealth. You don't even have a chance to do the proper things with your money if you never learn them. And when we look at our schools and our education systems, when did we have a class on budgeting? When did we have a real class talking about credit and buying our first home and buying a car versus leasing it? And these are realities of life. And the decisions that we make in those moments carry with us for all of our lives, right? The 30-year mortgages, right? So we need to start teaching these things. And again, I'm proud to be able to do it through my classroom with Life 101. Again, that's life101.io. Where are you in terms of your own personal level of optimism that we are finally going to tackle some of the issues that you speak about? Do you feel that society has now woken up enough to realize that these issues not only exist, but have gotten worse, perhaps? And are you optimistic that we're actually going to focus on solving it?
Yeah, I'm always going to be an optimist. I naturally see the glasses half full. However, I do believe that there are still a lot of people in decision-making, with decision-making ability and in places of power who just still don't understand, or at this point just don't want to understand, right? Even the thing that I mentioned earlier about patience, it's easy to tell somebody that, hey, have patience, invest over the long term, but when you cannot eat tonight, right? And that has been not only caused by, it's not just caused by your own inadequacies, it's caused by systemic issues that have plagued where you started in life and where you are today, right? We need everyone to kind of join in on the conversation. So I am proud that there are a lot of more people having the conversation, teams in the NFL, us at the Patriots, comfortable having these conversations. We saw Coach, did not accept the Medal of Honor recently and everything like that. But
but I think that there's still more that needs to be done. And I hope that we don't allow lip service to get in the way of us actually acting on programs that actually will change people's lives, literally.
You still save 90% of your earnings?
I do. A little bit more, actually. You know, we've been tightening it up around here, man. But yeah, no, it's been
Everybody's had to do that. Yeah, everybody's had to do that. Lastly, and I got to run, who do you like on Sunday?
Oh, man, I want to see Tom Brady do it, man. I think that's a storybook ending. I know the Chiefs have plenty of weapons. I'm not going against them. I have no horse in the race, so to speak. Wish I was playing right. But I think that that's like a real storybook ending. Not even an ending for him, but I think it's a real storybook season for a guy like Tom Brady. So it's been amazing to watch what he's done this year.
Yeah, don't call it an ending. He's now talking about playing till he's 45, so we'll see. And by the way, who knows where you'll end up next season? You're a free agent as of March, I think. You correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to follow you, see where you end up, recover from your injury, keep talking to us about this very important topic, and I hope we talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Likewise, you take care, Scott.